the big file on my desktop, and I just work off of it. That way I don't have to ask the driver good 360, right? Victor's here? Okay, cool.
I'm here.
So I want you to see this. Alright, so right now Jason has an issue. There's an existing stop sign that's called out to remove, but it's not called put back anymore, right? So we're gonna write an RFI. 277. Huh, I can see it here, but I don't see it here. What sheet number was it?
C101?
So weird. So it's 77.
Recording now.
I don't see it here.
If you get like a these for now. If you want one of those things, the hybrid there, we have one of those too.
Yes, John wants 3 of those.
Ricky,
Okay, so the big set, right? So I know that all my info is on this sheet, so I'm gonna grab it, right click, extract it. It's okay, and it's gonna ask me where do I save it. I just put everything on my desktop. And I'm gonna call it RFI sketch. Boom, it's gonna create, it's right here now. All right, so I don't need the big drawing set, so I'll close it, open up my RFI sketch, and we're gonna go, so if you go on the demo drawing, actually right here, you see the sign, I'm gonna highlight it. I usually, I'll do this, I'll do a circle, like showing it there. So item number 3, and I'll highlight it here too. So the whole point is you're trying to make this super easy for the design team to answer your question, right? So you could try to describe it, but then he's gonna have to go find the drawings, go find the notes. But if you do this, the moment he gets the article, like, oh, fuck, this got highlighted, I know what the answer is. So you're trying to, the easier you make it on the design team, the better answer you're gonna get. So it's saying remove it, right? That sign, but it's not called out to put back in place anywhere, right? We couldn't find it. So we went through all the notes. So the way, and then on top of that, Jason took some pictures of it. There it is. So he took 3 pictures. I'll put them on my desktop. There's 3 ways to get them in here, or 2 ways, right? You can either select them all, right click, combine. I'll just give it a temporary name, doesn't matter. And it puts it right here. So it created a PDF with all the images. The whole point is you're putting everything, whether it's a hand sketch, you could be doing a hand sketch. Sometimes I'll do hand sketches, and I'll attach them to the drawing, right? So it could be a hand sketch that I took a picture and I put in here too. It could be pictures, it can be marked up drawings, it can be anything. So that's one way, right? So I grab them all, right click, combine. Or I can do this too. You can go one by one and just drag it. To me that's slower because you're doing that 3 times, right? And now you have 3 different files, and now you have to right click, copy, put it in here, right? Go to the next one, right click, copy, put it in here. So you're doing that 3 times, right? Takes a while. So I got it, eventually I got him in, right? I like doing this. And again, you guys can do whichever one you guys like. So
You can also you can hold the shift button too, right? And just click on those 3 pictures on your desktop and then drag it over, right?
yeah, but it's still gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
creates
it's gonna
3
just have
files.
one file?
Yeah, look, it
Oh,
created
okay.
an individual file.
Oh, okay.
And then you have to individually drag them and drop them, right?
Oh, I got you.
I like doing this where I go here, combine
Yeah.
them,
Come on.
right? And then it created this file, right? And now it's one PDF with 3 files. I just
Yeah.
control all, copy, faster,
Yeah.
right? Especially if you have a lot more files. Okay, so we got the sheet. So the way I like doing RFIs, imagine this. At the end of the day, the RFIs are for the workers, right? For the foremen, for the guys out on the field. So most of the time, how do we print RFIs? 8.5 by 11, the small sheets, right? So if you print this sheet on an 8.5 by 11, do you think the guy in the field is going to be able to read that note?
Nope.
No, right? So I usually try to format the sheets so that they fit on an 8.5 by 11. And look, right now, all I need is I need this, I need that note, and probably what's important is that sheet number. I don't need this drawing. I don't need all the other stuff. So typically what I do, this little camera tool called Snapshot, we click it, I'm gonna select the sheet number. So usually maybe I'll grab this whole title block, select it. It's gonna process it. You see it? It's done. See how the blue thing went away? If I do right click, paste, it pasted this thing. What I took a snapshot. It's hard to see, but if you click on fill color and you put whatever color you want, you can do pink. It puts a pink color in it or whatever color that is. I usually do white or whatever. And I'll put this, maybe I'll put it right here. Boom. Right? And you can now make it even smaller too. Doesn't need to be that big anymore because we're gonna print on a small sheet. Now the next thing that's important is the notes, right? So I'm gonna do
The same thing.
snapshot of the notes. Boom. It's done. You saw. You gotta wait for that little blue thing to go through. Right click, paste. Now you got the note. Same thing. It's hard to see, but if you do, maybe we do. I don't want to do yellow because then you can't see the yellow. Right? We'll do gray. Right? I like white. Looks better. It's cleaner. So maybe we put the notes down here. Right? And again, we can make it smaller. So now we have the things that we need. The sheet number, you always got to do the sheet number, right? That way people know where it came from. And then the notes. So now, we can erase this right now because I have it here. Now we're going to crop the sheet. So you see this little crop thing? So now, I usually start from like the corner, and I'll do right here. That way it catches the name of the sheet. Boom, boom. So now I created the sheet, and now I can kind of rearrange this. Maybe this goes right here, and make it a little bit bigger, just kind of see what it's going to cover. So now in the little sheet, you got everything that you need, right? On top of that, you got the pictures. Boom, boom. Probably more than enough pictures that we need here. I think we don't want to confuse the guy, too many fucking pictures, but,
No, I just gave
but
you
this is
first.
good. I'm glad you did a bunch, right? In reality, here, we'll just leave them. Fuck it. Okay, so now we have a nice document that you can print out and eventually, at the end of the day, this thing's gonna go to the foreman. So this will be a good document for the guy to have. So that's what it is. So now we're gonna actually write it up, right? So the P's are gonna be submitting the RFIs and putting them on the system, right? So I'll start with ATA, and then I'll CC you guys right now. But usually I started with RFI, and I try to be descriptive. So this is gonna be pedestrian walkway, stop sign. Be super descriptive, guys, because what happens is the more descriptive you are, eventually, think about it, you have a long job, you have 1,000 RFIs. If all your RFIs just say pedestrian walkway issue, then you're not gonna know what it is 3 months down the line. If you're descriptive, you know it's pedestrian walkway, stop sign, final location request. That's what we're doing. Final location request, right? So, and at this point, look, later on down the line, you can search for the RFI with stop sign. You can search for it for pedestrian walkway. So there's a lot of ways you can search for it now, and it's going to come up. So the way I usually do it, you always start, so ATA, please, RFI, follow. Boom, boom. And you always start with reference sheets. List your reference sheets. In this case, it's going to be C 101, and then let's say you had like another detail, right, that applied. You would put detail 2 on S103. So you start listing everything that's applicable. And the way I do it, if you're referencing this other detail, you should probably include it in here. That way the architect doesn't have to go and look for it. You already gave it to him, right? So I don't know if that floor plan, so actually one more thing we may want to add.
Is that according to the new drawings that we got yesterday?
Yeah,
or-
this is a new one.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a new one. So another thing that we may want to show him is on the new plan, we don't see it, right? So I don't know, did you check this detail?
Mhm.
C1, okay, so maybe we go to C108 and we show him that we couldn't find where the new stop sign is. Alright, so here it is. So we can't find that sign anywhere, right? So maybe this sheet is important for him. So here, I'm gonna grab, at this point, I can right click, copy. I'm gonna go to this sketch file that we're working, paste it right here. Boom. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I don't need this, right? That's not our area, so I'm gonna do the same thing. Camera.
package.
Look guys, this seems like a long time, but at the end of the day, think about the process of an RFI, like the life of an RFI. Goes from you to the PE, to the architect, and back to the art team, back to the subs, to their PMs, to price it, back to the field guy. So you're saving all these guys that are eventually gonna
Looking
touch
at
the
all-
RFI all that
like
time
these.
because you're doing the work
Taking
for
a little
them.
longer, but
Exactly.
saves a lot.
It helps, in
Long way.
general, it helps the team, right? So there it is. Shrink it. Put it right here. Make the background white. We'll crop it. Boom. Boom. Looks pretty good. Sure. Corner. So now, and then maybe I put a little note. Cannot see where stop sign. Right? And then just kind of maybe do a circle or something, right? Over this area.
Yeah, or cloud or
Right,
whatever.
or a cloud, or whatever. So now we have this sheet, C108. C108. Right, and I don't know, this is detail 1, right? So some people do it, I always like to do the sheet, then the detail, -1. So C108, detail 1. Right, some people would put the detail first, then the sheet number. It's whatever you guys want. Right, so now we got the reference sheets, we got clarification request. And you guys should use this email now as a template every time you guys do an RFI. You can just recopy this email and delete it, right? So we're gonna put, and I usually start with sheet C101, note 3, was it note 3?
I will assume.
Okay, yeah. Note 3. And it's removal note 3, right? Because there's different note 3s. Removal note 3 calls out existing stop sign to be removed. Remove proposed plan on sheet C108. C108 detail 1 does not show stop sign to be relocated, right? Yeah. And then,
So that applies, is the same sign right here? There's another one here.
yeah, and I don't know if you found a home for that one. Maybe you have the same issue here. I don't know if we can see it.
Yeah, you can see it in that picture.
Was that one in?
Number 4.
Huh?
Picture 4.
Picture 4. No, but I'm saying, I don't know if you checked the proposed
What was
plan.
note 3 on that?
Oh, but hold on.
Remove it?
Remove.
Note
That one, yeah.
sign, yeah.
Which is right here.
So you may, so maybe the question is for both of them, right? You have 2 of them. Okay, so remove, no, because, so we're gonna say 2 stop signs to be removed, right? Proposed plans on sheet T1 of detail 1 does not show stop signs to be relocated anywhere.
Because if that one
Right.
might not get one, just may cross off, maybe it's.
And maybe we don't,
Yeah.
we wanna check, but yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And then, so we state the problem, right? Or maybe what do I used to call this? And then propose solution. If you break up your RFIs this way, usually like most of the time we're gonna try to propose a solution, right? In this case, we don't really know, right? So the solution is, please confirm one of the following. 1, stop signs are to be removed and not needed anymore, right? Maybe that is a solution. Or 2, stop signs are needed, and if so, provide updated plan showing location, and we already know right now location with dimensions, right? So not only do I need a dimension too, with dimensions. So every RFI, we should follow these three things, and we should, to me, 95% of my RFIs have some kind of drawing or a picture. So you guys should get in the habit of marking up stuff. And look, by doing this, you're actually learning the issue more, and you already know the answer. So by the time the RFI comes back, you guys almost don't have to read it. Because you created it and you propose a solution, most of the time the architect's gonna say, confirm, I like your solution, or see attached drawing. And you're like, oh, you know, I don't even need to read the RFI because I wrote it. So you actually save time because you created it, you don't have to read it, right? So the last thing we do, we have the PDF, we flatten it, right?
There's another one down here too.
Okay, okay.
Stop sign.
That's a stop sign, so that goes away too, yeah.
Yeah, well, that one goes away because there's not a stop sign where that just goes, that's through traffic.
But it's there now, right?
Yes.
So do we need it at the end? And I couldn't tell from here. So all three go away. So maybe, yeah, so check that out, but, so we flatten it. Boom, save it. That's the main file, I'm gonna save it. So now you have this RFI sketch, put it in here. Usually I'll put C, in here I'll put C, attached, marked, drawing, and images. What do you guys say? Clear? It's a lot of work,
Yeah.
but honestly, this works, guys. This is the way it should be done. And this is good. This is where one of the questions remember I asked, how good are you guys with combining stuff into a PDF? This is why you need to be good, because if you put everything, I could have just sent this sketch and each picture individually and have 10 different attachments, but at the end of the day, if the architect is on his phone, now he has to download 10 different things. You're probably not gonna get an answer right there, right? If you send him one attachment, he's gonna open it up like, oh, it's all here, I don't even need to go to my office to read the drawings, right?
Reply with
Right, Jason already put everything for me, great, thanks Jason. Like, it's a more friendlier environment, you're really helping them out to get you answers. And that's it, and then Ata's gonna take care of it, right? And then I'll CC you guys. Yep. Please, and then Ata got it. And then in this case, I'll just CC Julio and Zach and Derek, right? For now, let's just CC those guys and we'll see what they want to do. But this is where I'm saying, we need to be the generators or the RFI, because we're gonna control what the answers need to be. If you trust your P to do it, two things are gonna happen. He may propose something you don't like, and second thing, eventually that RFI is gonna come back and you're actually gonna have to read it and understand it because you trusted him to do it the first time.
So we want to tell them what we want.
Exactly. So we gotta control what the solutions are,
Yeah,
right?
you always want to tell them what we want.
Exactly. And the only way to do it is for you to do this. If you just verbally tell them, they're gonna go and type something and it may not be what you want.
Yeah.
Right? So,
They're gonna want to stop sign.
You might tell them what you want, but they're not gonna give it to you
Yep.
anyways. Like me,
Okay.
I didn't want the
send
curve.
it, all these files.
They give me the
So
curve.
you'll notice that I don't have shit on my desktop. All these files that I put in here, they're just temporary. Because I just packaged it all up and I went on the email. Cool? Alright, I gotta go to my meeting.